first load of the day, and I'm loading the same truck that I loaded first here yesterday, but we've got a different driver driving it. This is Big Bill here, and he helps us on the weekends here and there when we need him. So this is Bear Mountain here to our right. We've talked about this area before. We've got a pretty good sized creek that runs down off of that hill, across the end of this field, underneath the road, and it goes across our field over there. The water has somewhat found its way back into the original creek that it's supposed to be running in. And we'll just have to see how things look once we get over into that field. So we're running right in the mid-60s for moisture. They are merging across the road now, and Andrew's calling me right now. Hey, what's going on?
What's the first field work you want on Webb at?
Just start in on the end of Webb Road and work your way back through. Okay. Yeah, we'll see ya. Alright, so he just wanted to know what order we are going in on the next farm that we're going to. We've got about, there's not quite 80 acres right down here on the flat. And then we move from here up on top of the hill, somewhat north and east from where we are right now. So this hay here was not tedded out. And I thought when I seen the mergers rolling this morning, I thought that it was going to be drier than what it is. So I'm glad that there is some moisture held into it here. As we all know what kind of problems we run into when this hay gets too dry. We'll see if we can hold the camera and put on a decent sized load here for Mr. Bill. I can get him to wave here. He doesn't quite see that I have the camera rolling. All right, there is load number uno. As long as I'm waiting for a truck, we might as well run on over here and we'll take a peek at this creek. I showed this to you when we did the last cutting here. So what has happened here in the past is there's a pretty good steep hill that the water comes down off of, and when it gets into this general region right here, what has happened is the creek has come up over the bank right here. When it comes up over the bank, now it makes almost like a straight run right from there, and it goes right across this field. There's 3 houses over here. These houses have been flooded out several times in the past couple years. They reached in to this creek last year at some point in time, and they pulled all this gravel back. However, when they pulled it back, it loosened it up, and what had happened to it is it ended up carrying itself down on through here and it plugged up an area underneath the road here. So this is, I'll give you kind of a shot as to, goes under the road like right in there. So this actually needs to be dug out again, just so that the water can kind of make a straight shot, because debris and whatever comes down off of this hill and it plugs it all up right here, and then once it plugs it up, it crests over the bank right there. Yeah, this is what it all looks like here. So there's a fair amount of water running through here right now. Of course, it's been raining on and off here for the past week or so, but this looks like it was flowing pretty good when we got that rain shower here the other day. Well, there should be a truck pulling in here now, but yeah, this needs to be, these trees need to be removed. This whole thing should be dug right out to get rid of a lot of this debris. But what do I know, right? So we'll get this field done, and then we'll show you what things look like on the other side of the road here. Well, we are now moved over into this other field, and for the most part, all of the water is running where it is supposed to be running, which is back over in there, not through the field. So over on Jared's right hand side, that originally is the field. However, for the past couple of years, we have not been able to farm that. So we have lost several acres there due to the creek blowing out. We kind of walked across here a little bit last cutting. My father was down here over in that spot there fixing some of the washouts, and we're going to have to try to get things reassigned here. So I better put you guys down so I can pay attention to where Jared's going, so we don't get him stuck. Well, we have just a little little bit left in this field. I didn't have a chance to really talk about it too much other than that first pass that we made coming around it. But last cutting I walked over into there and showed you how that was washed out. And my father fixed where it was washing across the field down in here a little farther. He bailed out the creek that's on our right hand side here. He cleaned that all out there. And these cattails that are up in front of us, we used to farm all the way across that. So for a couple of years here, we have not been able to get across there. So the water kind of pulled up in that area and it was not able to exit the field. You can see some work over to our right. And that is to fix the creek there where it goes down through. Well, it's not really a creek, it's an open ditch right there. The creek is actually back there. So we've got 3 windrows left here in this field, and we'll show you what the shape file of this field looks like compared to when I seeded this and what it is currently at now with what we've been able to harvest and areas that we have not been able to do anything with for the past couple of years. Sarah has the last load out of this field, and this is what this shape file looks like. This is what we've chopped so far in the red right here, and this area here is what we weren't able to farm in the past couple years, and there's a little sliver right there. So we will go ahead and head to the next farm, which is up on top of the hill in Lafayette here. So we are down in a valley right now, and the next field that we're heading to, we have that's the field that we demoed the 9700 chopper in. So we've got a couple of trucks pulling out of here empty. They're gonna meet us up there. We've got Brad that's, you could just barely see him, and then Alex is pulled out of the field there. Alrighty. are done for the night. You guys know the drill. I'm gonna get this thing blown off. I'm gonna get it filling with fuel. And then I can stuff it in that barn there. So I'll touch base with you once we get full of fuel and get this machine put away. We are gonna start the pumping fueling process with, I don't know if that's getting ready to flip over 80 gallons or if it just switched over to 70. So we'll get fuel pumping in and we'll see what this thing burned for fuel today. So we'll join up with you once we get ready to put this in that barn there. Well, we've got that all blown off. All of our hay equipment is over here. We've got 2 mower tractors there, 2 merging tractors down there, and it looks like we went through, oh, what did we go through? 277 gallons of fuel on the old girl today. That's about a gallon to the acre. So we are actually going to leave that outside tonight, and we're going to head on home. So that is going to do it for this video, folks. I want to thank you for watching, and we will catch you at the next one. I was going to say that everything went very well today, but Jared did get hay wound around his drive shaft on his last load out of here on the 900 and ripped some wires off and some air hoses. So he's got to get that fixed up tomorrow, and we'll see what this weather brings us. We might get a rain shower tonight, we might not. And we might get one tomorrow too. So yeah, well, we don't need this fuel trailer over here anymore because we've only got one more day of chopping over here. We've got about 2.5 days altogether, and this weather is so spotty that it might take us until the middle of the week to get done. So with that being said, that is gonna do it. Take it easy, folks. Thanks for watching, and we will catch you at the next one.